Hey guys, today I'm starting a new park, and the idea behind this one is to just kind of sit back and relax and just build and see where we go. So the first thing I want to do is basically replace all of this default starter area where the coaches park, because I think it's just a little bit rubbish. So I'm going to do as much of this as I can. So I'm getting an error there, too steep, so I'll just have to flatten that out a little bit, and I will just increase this, flatten it all the way to the boundary, and then get the stamp tool. There we go. So now we should have it quite even. Let's just get this side done, and then reduce this down to 2 just to get this back bit done. Let's zoom right in. Come on. There we go. And then we'll just remove these trees as well. The arrangement of the coaches could do with being a little bit better as well, but we'll leave it for now because it's not the worst thing in the world. So just remove the trees that are growing out of the ground here. Come on, off you go. Maybe unable to remove that one because it might be encroaching on the outsides of the actual park area that we can edit. So what I'm going to do here is just draw out a path, so as if the coaches are coming in. So I'm just going to make the line with 12. Asphalt will do, I think. So it's kind of a path that's just going to go off the bounds of the park into some kind of tunnel, just so it kind of looks as if the coaches are coming into the park. Obviously we can't edit outside of the lines. So if I go into the path tool and customize this here, just to kind of, oh no, I've done that. Let's go back, copy the existing, and then go into there. Okay, cool. So what I want to do is kind of have a border wall around here. So there's a nice little scenery wall that they've got in here from the mythology pack, and it is in here, and fences. No, that's not the one that I wanted. So I think it's a rock wall. Here we go. Cool. So what I'm going to do is just rotate, put it in place, put another one next to it. I'll rotate that actually just so it looks a little bit different. And then if we do the same again here to about there, and then what I quite like to do, turn that off, is just grab that one, duplicate it, bring it up so it's just a little bit higher than the other, and then if I go into multi-select, I'm going to group these and then duplicate and move that along, just so we've got this kind of nice pattern on the wall. So that's going to go all the way around the car park, and we might use it again later as well elsewhere, but for now it's just going to be a border for this car park. Okay, it looks like it's running off a little bit. Okay, so we're just gonna... okay, forget that. Okay, so we have this wall piece that's quite a nice thing to kind of border things off. So I'm just going to rotate it ever so slightly, just so it's absolutely in line with this path. We may need to just do a little bit of work to keep that in line as we go. But what I'll do is grab this one, move it upwards just a little bit, not too high. Still looks quite natural. And then once we've done that, we will grab the multi-select, grab all of the pieces, group them together, and then we can start duplicating that along this wall. Once we've done that once, we keep going all the way across the wall at the edge of the car park. And then when we get to the end, we just remove the piece. Oh, remove these pieces, and then we can just move. I think we've duplicated that a couple of times as well, so I'll just get rid of a couple of these, and then we can go into this one, move it up. And then we can just grab one of these again. So if we come out of there, grab it again, duplicate it, and then we can just rotate it 45. Let's get that back onto a angle snap of 45 degrees to make sure that we're not kind of running off. And then we will begin from here, and I'm just going to grab this one because this one looks like I might have gone back a couple of steps too far, so we'll just push that one in and then come out of that again, start moving again. Now we can obviously create a group with more of these to save us a little bit of time. I think this is starting to run off just a tiny bit, so if we just remove that angle snap and just bring it that way just a tiny little bit, and then we'll try that a little bit more, just get right over the top so we can see, and then we can start moving it across. Okay, so once we've done that, keep going, and should join up quite nicely with the edge here. If it doesn't, we just simply go into it and then just move another one of those across just a tiny bit. So once we've done that, we do the same again on the other side. Sorry guys, we do the, oh, we've turned off angle snap again. We'll remove that, try again. We will flip this so it's same on this side, and we'll keep it moving all the way along again. As you can see, it's kind of moving along this wall quite nicely now. And then we can just get right up to the end, bring it this way, and then rotate it another, not that way, this way. And then hopefully it should kind of still follow this wall, the edge of this car park, sorry. And then once we've got that, we can do the same again here. And hopefully not too much longer now for this. And we'll just go up to, we'll go up to here. And then we'll just remove that top one. Cool, so we have a border around our car park. I'm not too fussed about the back end here. Not too bothered about that at all. So I'm going to get the grid for the path again, set it back to 3. And I'm going to extend this out. And this is going to serve as a kind of bridge. We're going to move the terrain underneath, and we're going to create a nice large pond area. So if we just go into terrain and start working on that now, we can work on the bridge afterwards. I will just, no, it's fine, we'll continue to work on this. So bring this round all the way around here. We'll move that tree when we've finished. Get this nice and large all the way out here, and it can kind of finish off just around here. So we don't want it too deep, because when it's quite shallow you get that kind of really nice clean water look. So the same if we put sand at the bottom and around the edges. When we fill this with water, it should look really nice and blue and lovely and clean. So let's go as high as we possibly can with that. There we go. Okay, it looks a bit awkward here, so I think what we'll do is just pull this out a little bit. Use selected and pull this upwards, and we'll just make sure that we're doing the same on this side as well. Put the water back in. Let's go a little bit lower this side. There we go. That's beautiful. So we have this nice, I don't like this actually. We will fix that. I'll use sand for now, and we'll figure out what kind of terrain that we actually want to use later on. So let's go back in and the water. So I quite like that level. I love this bit here where you can kind of see the sand underneath, and then it's a little bit deeper in parts. I really love the water effects on this game. So with the bridge obviously now going across water, it's not the safest of things. So what we need to do is just add some kind of fencing in here, which we've got different options. We can use the same kind of wall effect as we've used before on the car park area. But what I quite like the idea of is using one of these fence pieces that are built into the game. We don't want to put it on that grid. We just want to grab the fence piece. I will just put it anywhere for now, and then we'll just simply use the advanced move tool and put it into place. And we're just going to use the same technique that we did before with the wall. We're just going to get it into a nice position and then start duplicating that across. Okay, so I like that. Just make sure it's central to that line. Yeah, seems pretty nice. And then one useful thing actually that I found out is to put snap distance on. If we just snap that to a distance of, let's say 2, I think it's probably a good idea. We can ensure that we get a nice join I'm going to try 1. 2 seems... no, 2 is going to have to be the way. So we'll do 2s. And we might just put some posts, some manual posts in between, so there's no gaps. So now that we've done that, we will select all of these and confirm, group them, and then start doing the same again. Make sure that we don't leave any gaps. See, the snap distance occasionally freaks out and completely gets lost. So yeah, we'll delete that and we'll do this again. So just making sure that that snap distance is on. So sometimes when you do this, the snap distance disappears for the next one, making it quite awkward. I think that's just a bug with the game. And yeah, so it's happened again. So once that happens, you kind of lose that grid. So we've got 2 in a row there without losing it, and then we've lost it again. So we have to just keep making sure that we keep that on. And then when we've got to a point where we are happy that the guests are no longer in danger of falling in, we can stop with the railings. So we'll just continue this, I think, to about this. Let's have a look. Maybe a little bit longer. And once we're happy with that, yeah, I think we're good. So now that we've got the fences in place on that side, we can just use the same, just use the multi-stop. That's no good. Use the multi-select tool. We'll have to do this manually, but because we've grouped a few already, we could have probably grouped a few more, would have made it a little bit easier. Not taking as long to do, but this isn't too bad. So we can just group those again, just to make it a little bit easier again now, just to bring that across, and we should be able to place that nicely on the edge, and we have a nice bridge when nobody's going to be able to fall off. Cool. So we've got the entrance at the very start of the bridge. Nobody wants to come in because there's absolutely nothing to do. So let's get some facilities in here. So I am going to start off with the mythology theme. And there's a bathroom that someone has created. I think I took this from the workshop. So I thought it was quite a nice little themed set of toilets that we can use. And we'll just path out to that. I think maybe we'll try it with just the sand and see how that looks actually, because that's quite a nice idea. So if we just stamp the sand to there, no, that's not going to work, is it? Okay, so we're just going to continue this path along. See, I think it's just a little bit higher than the actual ground itself, so we might have to raise that a little bit. Which I think we can just raise a tiny bit here, and then once we've done that, we can do that all the way around. So we join that path. Cool. Okay. Yeah, that's much better. So now what we can do, we should be able to stamp that sand textured path in without causing any issue. So if we cancel merge, we should be able to get. Okay, I'm not the biggest fan of that. Let's grab the sand again. Just make sure that, yeah, there we go. I quite like that. So it's a little bit dipped, which I actually don't hate that. I think if we just put some rocks and a couple of trees either side of that, I think that could look quite nice. So if we just go into natural scenery, and then let's put this on the Mediterranean nature region, because that's where we are. If we start, let's put that on stick to surface, start putting some rocks at the back of this thing, and see how natural we can kind of make this feel. Might be quite a nice thing. So we've got some really big rocks that we can use as well, which I'll have a look at now. See, I like this idea of this building being kind of almost not quite carved out of the rocks, but because it's using the same stone, it's as if the bricks have been made from these rocks, which I really like. So I'm gonna go with that theme and kind of encase this a little bit. Turn off that angle snap and move this around just such. I don't want any clipping, so obviously we've got some clipping there, which we're gonna have to do something about, and we can do that by just simply moving that rock outwards. Cool, yeah. And then we need to get a couple of slightly smaller rocks just to build up this space here without clipping into that, which I think I might have just done. No, we're good. Okay, cool. So same on this side. We will just fill in some of these blanks. I think that's probably going to clip. I think there's some quite long ones here that might be nice. Let's find them. That one's a good one. And then we'll just rotate that round as well so that we're not just looking the same with each one. Okay, let's see how that looks. Yeah, doesn't seem to be any clipping. I like it. And then if we start bringing these rocks around this side as well, some slightly larger ones maybe, and then start putting some shrubs and some trees in there just to give it that real kind of natural vibe. Yeah, I'm starting to love this already. Yeah, that's an awkward looking one, but we'll make it work. Cool. Okay, so I'm quite happy with that. We'll grab some trees. There we go. And we've already set it to the Mediterranean. So if we start looking at some palms, some really lovely looking palm trees in this game. Like really, these little small ones here are really good for filling out spaces where larger trees just won't quite work. So if you just look at these, they're absolutely beautiful. And then there's some obviously not palm trees, but other Mediterranean trees that we can just dot about as well. Make it feel really, really natural. And I think we've got a couple of those already. Oh, that's a nice one. I like that a lot. Right, so I'll rotate it as well, just so they're not all absolutely the same. And oh, that's a lovely tree. Right, I'm gonna have that there. That's beautiful. Is that sticking out of the ground? Yeah, we're looking alright. And then I might have another one of those just here. And what I normally like to do as well is start putting some cactus in as well, because it's quite a dry area. May need to have a look at the sand actually and potentially change that for a different type of terrain. I'm not sure if the sand really works with this kind of stuff, but I love these cactus. They're absolutely brilliant. I like these types of things as well, but I'm not quite sure if they work. And then we've got some dry ones as well. So they've died in the heat, which is perfect for this type of area. Oh, okay. Maybe not too many of those together. And then on the other side, we'll do the same. So no, maybe not that one. We can have some bits and bobs that have just fallen off the trees. We'll get some more of these ones over here, and the slightly smaller ones, and then some more cactus. And that is a lovely plant, so we're going to use a couple of those. Get a couple more of those in there, and if we've got a smaller version of that, I think it'd be quite nice just to add little bits in between these rocks here. So these are quite nice, something small that just would naturally grow in between the rocks. Tiny little palm trees. Okay, cool. So we've got a bathroom. People still don't want to come just for a bathroom because it's probably quite a dull thing to come into a theme park for. So what we'll do is we'll get some shops in. People love a good shop. So we have another blueprint that I found on the workshop, which was really nice. It's just got a few shops in it. Was it this one? It might have been this one. Okay, that's not the exact one I was thinking of. There is another one I found, but we can use that one. I do like that one. So let's see what we've got. We have latte, yeah, perfect. Hot dogs, yeah, and ice cream. I mean, what could possibly be a better combination? So what I'd like to do is just between this gap here, if we just put some of these tiny little palm trees in, and some shrubs, get some of these lovely big cacti in, and did we use some of the pink before? And we can also get some of this dry stuff in as if it's died in the heat. Get some more of this. I think we'll just change this sand. I think the sand doesn't seem to be sitting right with me. So I think if we leave the sand just at the edges and start changing some of this, maybe we'll try soil, because it's quite a light soil. But at least these types of things would grow in soil. And then we'll leave sand just there in the middle. Yeah, I like that. I think that works. That works much nicer. And we'll do the same just over here, and then we'll do the same just around the other side as well. And here. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that. Right, so I think before I forget, because I normally do, if we just go into here and start putting some benches down, and we'll use the mythology themed benches as well, just to begin with. We'll just put them down at random intervals, just so people have got somewhere to sit. Wonder if we put some just down here as well. Perhaps put something more kind of wooden down just on the sand area. See what we've got. Yeah, this could work. I mean, oh, that's just a picnic bench, isn't it? We'll put some wooden ones down here. I feel like that's just a little bit more appropriate for when you're sitting on sand. We'll put a standard bin there, and then we'll start working with the mythology. Oh, that's the Viking, isn't it? We'll find the mythology bin here. There we go. It's quite a nice bin. Yeah, so we'll just make sure that we're not going to get mess everywhere, especially now that we've got a couple of shops. And we'll start working on our first ride, which is just going to be over here. Just going to go into terrain and level with... Yeah, I think we'll stick with this actually, just for now. I think sand maybe just around the edges of the water, and then if we just work with this kind of texture on the ground, I think I quite like that. But we can always change that later anyway. We're going to put a few paths in and a lot of foliage, trees and rocks and things that are going to cover most of that up anyway. So I'm just going to open up a flat ride. I'm going to use the mythology themed pirate ship because it's really, really nice. I can't remember if this was one of the base rides or if I found it on the workshop, but it's really well themed. So we're just going to have a standard 4 for the path. Just going to have that come back out there. Okay, not loving the natural path. I think I'm going to have to just go with this standard path. I'm just going to turn curve off as well. Just have that go straight. Nice. And then if we open up this, we're going to have curve. And I think what we'll do is we'll go this way first, just so we've got enough room for some scenery items and obviously enough room for people to queue up if it's a popular ride. I'm just going to open it with it being a blueprint. I assume everything's all good, and then we can start just working on making this look nice, I guess. So in scenery, again, there's a lot of pieces in here, especially with the mythology theme, that will just look lovely here, which is here. And I really like these broken disc pieces here. Putting those at different angles over rocks is quite a nice feature to have as well. I'm just going to go into blueprints for this one and going to have a look at some of the towers that we've got here, which some of them are massive. I mean, they're really nice, really well themed. We could potentially have something like that here. I mean, obviously you can't walk up them steps, but it's implied that you can, and it's quite a nice little feature. And then something smaller. I mean, it's quite difficult finding something smaller because all of the pieces for this theme are epic. So I'm going to put that down, and then we're going to put some trees in. Get rid of that. Go into trees. We always need to make sure that we're removing that and putting the Mediterranean nature theme on. And trees. And then we could just start putting, I mean, we can put some fairly large trees in here. There's quite a lot of space to work with. Obviously the palms are really, really cool. I don't want to block the view too much, so if we just grab some of the shorter trees, especially with the palms, we'll just grab a few of these and move some of these. Oh, that's a very small tree. Yeah, I definitely don't hate that tree. That's quite a good size, especially if you don't want to block the view of the ride. You can always put some palm trees at the side of it, make sure that it's not going to get in the way of the ride itself. Yeah, I definitely don't hate that tree. I'm going to put some of these around here and then just kind of fill in some space. I love that tree. Is that blocking the view too much? If you're down on the ground, 100% it is. So we're gonna have to remove that one. Let's have a look. So that's a good size. Yeah, we could work with that, I suppose. Yeah, some of these are quite nice. Too big. Possibly still too big, even though it's a beautiful tree. I think we've used one of those already. Not keen on that one. Yeah, that's quite nice. And there's not a lot going on with that tree, so I guess it's not going to get in the way too much. We could put some massive trees back here, and then what I want to do now is just get some of these huge rocks to fill in some of this space. As long as that boat isn't going to touch any of these, it's all good. So these could just go in basically any kind of order, really. Just the more random that you put them in, the more natural it tends to look. Because if you start thinking about, oh, let's place this rock here and that rock there, it starts to look like you've planned it, and it loses how natural it is. But what I also like to do with these rocks is, like I mentioned before, we've got these really nice, where are they? In Scenery Theme, Mythology, these broken discs. So I like to use these in here at different angles, as if they were once all one disc and they've broken in battle or anything like that, and then they're just leaning on these rocks. So obviously that's floating in midair at the moment. We don't want it clipping, but we do want it leaning against the rocks. And then we could just do the same with the other ones, which I don't hate the positioning of this one. I think it just needs a little bit of rotation, and that's cool. And then with the last one, which is this, yeah, I'm gonna put it just flat on here. I'm just going to spin it around, just make sure it's not clipping. And then I'll rotate it to the guests just ever so slightly, just so they don't see any kind of floating that might be happening underneath. So that's quite a nice little bit of scenery that they've got there. And now if we just go back into nature again and start putting some of these shrubs and small plants in there again, just to kind of fill in these little bits. Some of these I'm not a huge fan of. They're quite nice, like I said before. And then these cats. So my technique with these is similar to my technique with rocks. You do not need to be there. Yeah, so just kind of being really random with it and not making a big fuss of positioning and all that sort of stuff. Just because it gives it more of a natural vibe if they're just growing there. So I'm going to put them either side of the door, like they're a little bit overgrown. Put a couple of cacti down. A couple of these ones dotted about. And then let's have a look at some more scenery pieces. So again, if we just go take that off, go to mythology, and have a look, see what else there might be that we can use. Just some of these things, I mean, they're not necessarily very useful for just lying on the ground, but there are a few things that I've seen that are just basically broken bits of rock, or wow, that's a bit big, but this type of thing could be quite nice. So if we just have, I don't know, let's have a look at something here. So we've just got this big block of marble, and then next to it we have a couple of pillars that have fallen, or maybe they haven't fallen, maybe someone's found them somewhere, they've been able to get them back here outside the house, and just have that leaning up against that. Yeah, so there's loads and loads of things that we can do. I'm not particularly amazing at this type of thing. Let's just put something like that on top. And yeah, there's absolutely tons of stuff that we can work with here. It's the mythology pack for me is probably the best, most complete one that I've used a lot of anyway. If you've got a preferred one, or if there's any kind of creators in the workshop that you've seen stuff of and you think's absolutely amazing, let me know in the comments, and we'll see what we can do with the next one. If I get 1,000 likes on this video, I will consider doing this kind of thing again. Basically just a long play and building a full park in one video. So I'm just going to dot these about just all over the place. They've all been broken, they've just been left, and we built a theme park around it. And some of them may have survived. I quite like these things actually. Wow, that's big. Whoa, I like that. I like that quite a lot. So that's constantly spinning. Yeah, I don't like it for there, but I do like it. Okay. So I think I'm quite happy with that queue area. We've got a few nice little bits of detail in there. Yeah, I like that. I'm very happy with that. Cool. So I'm going to move on to another flat ride, and that's just going to be over here. As we get further and further into the park as this path goes, which I'm going to just kind of build out a little bit more of now. Oh, that was very good. Let's try that again. I'm going to have some fountains. I'm going to have a water park area eventually. And what I really love about theme parks is when you walk in underneath a roller coaster. So what I really want to have in this mythology area is when you start to enter the park from the car park and you start walking up towards this, I want you to be able to see this big roller coaster, and it's going to be going over the path, it's going to be going under the path and coming up on the other side. It's quite ambitious because I'm terrible at building roller coasters in this game, but I'm going to give it a go. Because that's the vision that I had for this thing, and I'm just going to try it and see how it goes. So this was the ride that I wanted to put in next, which is just the teacups, because classic, everybody loves the teacups. And that's going to go here, so I'm just going to have a really short path that comes out to the main one for the exit. And then for the entrance, I'm going to have a winding path just to make sure there's enough room for queuing and enough room around it for scenery as well. So again, with it being a blueprint, I'm going to switch it straight on. I don't think there'll be much going wrong with it. You see, the thing is with this queue, I thought that was going to be long enough, but it turns out it's not. It's completely full all the time. So I think if we go into the ride itself, we can just say full load, make sure it doesn't start until it's full, which means the queue is going to go down a little bit quicker. Cool. So for this bit, I'm going to use one of these lovely archways because I've given myself enough room, hopefully, and we have some amazing archways that we can use. Make sure we're doing it the right way around. And beautiful. Okay, cool. So I like that. Obviously, there's a lot more to do here, and we can just start adding. What I might do is just for this area, just to see how it goes, because these can start getting a little bit crazy a little bit quickly. Yeah, so let's start this again and put a line to surface on just to make sure that we don't have floating plants everywhere. Yeah, so I'm going to use some of these, and then we're just going to kind of block it off with trees again and rocks. So if we use some of these trees, because these start filling out the area very, very quickly. Some palms as well. See if we can get any in between the path. Yeah, it's a very nice little area. And then yeah, so it's just now a case of again just switching off scenery theme, switching on nature, and then individually planting trees. Switch that off so that they are in the right area. I quite like the idea of having a little rock area here. Maybe some kind of water actually. If we just move this tree, we might be able to get some water in here. So in fact, I'll do that now, and then we can move on to adding trees afterwards. No point in adding trees if we're going to end up removing them. Right, let's give that a go, see how it looks. Right up to the top. Beautiful. It is a concern that there's no supports on the path. So I think I will just remove that and go into pillars. Find the most basic concrete pillar that we've got, put it on the ground. Scale it up and then move it into place, just so we've got a little bit more realism. Obviously we need to be able to support the bridges. You can't really see much of that underneath the water anyway, so I'm quite happy with that. And then we'll just do the same again, just over here. Yeah, happy with that. You can visibly see now that the support's under there, so that's cool. I'm going to switch on the railings again, just here. Just on the one side, actually. Hopefully. Because the other side is completely safe. Not a fan of that last piece. Let's just see if we can remove it from just this one piece. Oh, sorry, there we go. Ah, okay. Okay, it's not ideal. We'll leave it as it was. That's fine. At least it's keeping the guests safe from falling in. So let's get some rocks. Nice little rock patch in here, and we'll do this again. We'll do this manually. We'll go into here and nature rocks, and we'll try and just do this with reasonably sized rocks. I'm not going to go crazy with this one. Yeah, nothing bigger than that last one I placed. Not to get too chaotic with this area. It's just to add a little bit of interest as the guests walk around that queue path. That's too big. And sink that one down. We might get away with it. Yeah, that's not too bad. Definitely don't hate that. And we'll do the same again, just to finish this section off. And then here we're going to have trees. So we're into trees. And I'm not too bothered about covering up the ride here because they've already queued up, they've already seen it, they know what they're getting into. And we can just add. I do that tree, that is going everywhere for me. Cover these guys up. Let's get some of these in. Tap it close to them. I think we're okay. It's yeah, it's looking quite natural. I'm quite happy. Let's get some more shrubs in. Some more of these, and this one. Just dot this about. Do like that one. And then this guy. I love this guy. Wow, they're huge when you look that low down. Wow, I didn't know they were that big. Let's get some of these. And so these on either side. Yeah, there's some of these. They're quite nice. Okay, I quite like that area. So we've got a nice little walkway around the edge. See, that queue line's getting big already as well. I think I'm going to have to look at the... Yeah, so we need to get full load on these rides to make sure that the queue lines aren't getting too big. Okay, so I'm going to put guest services in because I feel like that's quite important and I've neglected it completely. Thankfully we do have one of these shells. It does say food on it, but we can always just change that. So I'm going to custom. I think it's in. Again, we need to remove that. I need a quicker way of doing that. Staff facilities, utility, no. Services, here we go. Right, so we need a guest services, so we're going to put that in here. And hopefully it should just clip into place. Beautiful. And there we go. So, yeah, as you probably noticed, I don't worry too much when I'm playing these games with the business side of things. I don't use the power I'm not too interested in budgets. I just like to be creative and just work on park and see where it goes. So I'm just going to go into this and services, type services in there. That's appalling. There we go, and then hopefully when we change that, yeah, awesome. So that guy's going to hopefully sell. What do the guest services sell actually? Oh, sun cream, umbrellas. Okay, priority passes. Yeah, we don't actually currently have any priority passes for any of the rides that we've done so far. I think what I'm going to do next is I'm going to just gamble on. Oh, hello. These guys are floating, so you guys are going to have to go, which means some other guys are going to have to go in that place. Because we can't have it to there. Okay, so I'm going to just give the roller coaster a go. And yeah. Do I build one myself, or do we just give one of these a go to begin with at least? See, this one looks like it's already... Is that mythology themed? No, it's not. Okay, that's not going to work. Let's see if any of these are mythology themed. Where's that? Okay, it'd help if I'd actually select it. Okay, it's got too much theme in. Yikes, that's got too much theme in. Okay, we're gonna have to build one. So it's a case now of figuring out what type. I quite like these where you're dangling, or do we go with something a little bit more traditional? Let's have a look. Okay, so we've gone with this one. I'm going to raise it up just a little bit because I feel like it's going to dip into the ground too much if we don't. So I need to figure out which way we want this to go. I'm going to start here and put some drive tyres on and get it to start going around. And then we'll flatten it out and start the descent just here. See, I'm not a big fan of building roller coasters that just instantly start with a climb. I quite like the kind of the slow start, the anticipation building before we start doing that. So that's what I'm going to go with here. I don't want this to be absolutely ridiculous, so we're just going to kind of, we'll call it there, and we will start a slight bend, very slight bend. No, I think we'll keep it straight for now, and we won't have it going down too much. Put that back to us how it was, and then we'll start the bend. So we're just going to do nothing too crazy, and that didn't work. Okay, let's try that again. So a little bit more crazy than that. Okay, yeah, definitely don't hate this idea. So this is just going to start spinning down, start raising this up a little bit, but maybe maybe just kind of increase the spin and increase the size of that. Right, and when we get to here, this is where I want to flatten it out. Obviously we don't want to go too close to the station here, so we might need to bring this up. Yeah, that's quite cool. In fact, there's plenty of clearance over there. And then this, I want to dip down and go underneath. And come up about there. Oh yeah, that's absolutely perfect. That's exactly what I was looking for. I mean, I hate that. I definitely don't think that's going to work. But we can start testing it and see. But yeah, I really hate that. So this is now going to come back down. Spin to the left. And not go too crazy. I just want this to keep coming round and round and round now. And then maybe down a tiny bit more, and then back up. Is that going to go back under the ground? Yeah, it is. That's not what I'm looking for. And then perfect, and then back over the top. Have I got my test running? Okay, I feel like I'm going to need to do quite a lot of smoothing on this. Although that looks like it's going round. Let's see what the stats are by the end of it. I think we'll have a ride. Slow, isn't it? Okay, let's see how this goes. I don't like the drop. I definitely don't like this drop. I think that's going to break some necks, but we'll see how it goes and then just adjust as we need to. Okay, pretty smooth, less smooth, lovely. Oh, I love that. Okay, very cool. Helix. Very cool. And then into the station. Okay. I like it. Let's have a look at what the test dummies are saying. So we have let's have a look at the report. So G-force is, I don't know, what's reasonable? I guess it's reasonable. See, these guys look okay to me. Yeah, do you know what? For a first attempt, I think that's okay. I think, obviously, I'm going to have to do some editing of the colours. So we're going to do a kind of a white and blue theme to match the mythology area that we've got. Let's have a look. What's that? So that's the the main section there. Oh, is that... What? So you can edit individual sections individually? That's wild. Wow. That's not what I want to do. Okay, so let's come back out of this and then we will do it all as one. So I think that was white and then this was this colour, this was black. Let's change that to what I know it was white, that's right. Let's change that one to... Yeah. Okay, we'll do that and we'll see. I definitely don't like the orange. We're going to try... I'm just thinking, do we just have them black? Yeah, I'm going to stick with that. And then the actual cart itself. Let's stop the... Yeah, so orange just isn't going to do. So the cart is going to be white. Oh. White. And if we just replace the yellow with a dark, deep blue, that's quite nice. Yeah, happy with that. Okay, cool. Right, so the station design is going to have to wait. I just want to get this finished, and then we can work on that maybe later or maybe not at all. So we will put the entrance here, and then we'll just put the exits at the other side, or yeah, just down here is fine. Okay, so I'm going to work on our queue path. Hopefully this puts, yeah, so it's putting supports down. Quite like the idea of queuing underneath the ride. That's probably too close. Holy moly, that is too close. Okay, this might be okay. Is that dangerously close? Are we going to get decapitations? I think so. Let's bring that down to steps and stuff. Oh, it's still a ramp, okay. Yeah, I think unless somebody is incredibly tall, I think they're probably, I mean, it's not ideal. I don't think I would be visiting a theme park if they said, oh well, as long as you're not tall, you're going to be fine. Nope, that's not good at all. We'll make sure that's okay, brilliant. And then an exit path here, which should hopefully just come straight down. Brilliant. We will need to put some barriers on that. Increase that brush. We don't want barriers on the sides. Okay. Excellent. Yeah, I like that a lot. So we've done the test. The test seems okay. We're not getting any messages saying, please don't ever ride this, you may die, which I've had in the past. So that's cool. Yeah, I like that. So we've got exactly what I wanted with the kind of roller coaster going over the top of the path. That is a bit janky. We could do with changing that. Okay, that seems better, but I do not like this. But I don't know how to change that, so we're going to keep trying to adjust. Okay, I don't know how to fix that, so I think we'll just leave it and deal with it later if we feel like we need to. So I can now open. Oh, let's just skip that forward and make sure it still makes it over that hump. Okay, quite happy with that. It's, like I said, it's definitely not the best roller coaster anyone's ever going to ride, but it's doing exactly what I want it to. So I'm going to build some rocky areas around these and change this as well, just to make it feel like we're burrowing in. Like genuinely in real life, and so it's a rocky area, and in fact we'll increase that, and we'll just do this all the way around here. So we've just entered this big kind of hard rock area, so there's not going to be a great deal of things growing in this area. What we will have, plenty of rocks, and we can go big with these ones as well, because we need this to completely surround. Maybe some slightly smaller ones just here while we get a bit too close to the path. Make sure we're not cutting too many rocks into that area as well, because obviously people's heads may get removed. We don't want that. That's not something that's usually a big selling point for a theme park. Yeah, okay. Not horrible. And then we will do similar over here. They're too small. We need to start working with some bigger rocks here. That's quite a good one. I like that. Okay. So on this side we can go as big as we want, because obviously the coast is suspended, so they're below it, so it's just this side of the hole that we need to be careful with. Okay, I think that's mostly safe. I think it's just this one that's just cutting in just a tiny bit too much. So I think that, yeah, quite happy with that. Okay, so I'm going to put some trees around, just in the grassy area, because we're not going to have anything growing on this rock. But I do definitely want some trees around the coaster itself. then just to add to that kind of natural rock, we're going to put some just dotted around here, just so these guys don't feel like they're completely out of place and there for no reason. We're just going to say there are more around this rock. It's just a rocky area. Okay, so I'm not really sure if anything tends to grow on this rock, but what we can do is we could probably just put, is it moss or just little bits of tiny bits of grass that have just grown through. In fact, that bit's going to be a nice little rock pool actually. So we can put some trees in, but we're not going crazy. We're just putting a couple of palms that have just kind of started to grow in this grassy area here. It's not a palm, but it'll do, whatever it is. And then this guy, my absolute favourite tree. It's probably too tall, is it? No, there's enough clearance there. I think we're good. Yeah, so in here, I'm gonna push this down, and let's just get that back to the rock. Yeah, but let's push this down. Don't want it to be too perfectly round. It needs to be slightly misshapen, just to give it that natural feel. Oh, yeah. That's really nice. Oh, did not mean to delete you. Excellent. That's beautiful. I absolutely love that. Yeah, so I was saying before, I like the whole kind of, you come into the park, let's just put this back to normal speed, and you can see a roller coaster going over the top. And it's an ambitious thought, mainly because you can barely see it. But when you kind of zoom out, you do get to see, and as you start walking through the park, it will reveal itself, and there it is. I mean, it's not a good roller coaster, definitely not a good roller coaster, but it's fine. It's fine. I'm gonna put another mythology themed ride in here. Now this one is not it because it's too small. We have the teacups, we have the pirate ship. What are you? Parallelogram. Let's have a look at you. It's too similar to the pirate ship, I believe. Mythology Overpower. Yeah, that's the one. That's going in here. That is a lovely little ride. Okay, so we need to put the exit path, which is just going to go straight. We're not messing around with exit paths. I'm going to turn this off first, and then we're going to put in a nice, again, just long enough with plenty of space in between for a bit of theming. And we're going to open you up so that we can start getting guests on there. And then we're going to start working on making this look nice. So this area is beautiful. I absolutely love this area. This stuff here, I mean, some of the theming in this is just gorgeous. I love this. I absolutely love this. Like the little ruins. So we'll go into the bathroom, the ruins, and then we start walking through. We've got these beautiful big archways and statues. There's so much to work with. We've got so many of these different things. I'm going to have a look at some more of these actually. Just little pieces that are just, I mean, these can just go anywhere. These are absolutely fantastic pieces. And if we, I think we've just used that one already. What are you? Yeah, I think we'll use that kind of thing on some kind of ride as a trigger, which is something that I've not done before, but I'd love to give it a go and see how it is, see how it works. See, I definitely don't hate that there, but what I do hate are these people. I guess they're just used for scaling, aren't they? But then people leave them in the workshop items, which is perfectly fine. But I'm just not a huge fan of keeping those in. So I'm just going to start adding little bits and bobs just around here, just actual kind of mythology themed things, because most of it is so far just been trees and things. I think this works quite nicely here actually, because we're getting to the point where we've got this water, we've got this underground section here. I did also download this ride, which is absolutely mega. It's the mythology themed drop tower. Now look at the detail on this thing. Whoever created that is mega, because that is insane. I'm going to put you there, and then I'm going to just remove that tree and that tree, because that is flipping stunning. And then I'm going to just put some more grass in there just so it kind of makes sense. Yeah, that's flipping that thing. That is insane. So it's looking a bit sparse here. I chose to put rock down, and I'm starting to think maybe I shouldn't have. Well, that's quite a nice archway. We've used those already, so I think we've probably not got enough shops actually. One thing that we need to start looking at is putting some more shops in, so we could probably just fit this guy in and see if that's, so that tree has to go. But apart from that, yeah, that's absolutely lovely. So we've got milkshakes and we have balloons. So we have most of the main food groups in there somewhere at least, which is cool. And we've got a guest facility, guest services. I love these things, but they don't really make much sense in a mythology themed area, so we're going to leave those for now. I'm going to put another toilet here, something more like building like rather than the kind of ruins at the beginning. Something that I've been neglecting is benches. As I said at the very beginning, I do tend to neglect these guys, so we're going to just put a bunch of these in now. So just at random points. I like to put them in exits as well, just so the family members can. Definitely don't want you there. Sit and wait. That's a bit too much of a slant, so let's go for some bins. Yeah, these guys are quite nice. I also like these. I think we've got some of these about as well. Put you over there. We'll put some of these next to some benches, so we don't get people littering while we're sat eating. Let's go and have a look at putting some more trees in. Just like I said, this does not make sense to be putting trees in where it's just solid rock, but I think I might change that and start and change some of this terrain a little bit. I think I just want trees, I don't want any of these shrubs, so that's one. Let's go back and choose Mediterranean. Yeah. Make sure we're putting the right things in. So obviously we don't want too many going around the actual ride itself. People hanging their heads on trees. Where's this yellow guy? I love having guy. Okay, I think I've probably said that too many times already. Okay. So I've gone from no trees to probably too many trees. Yeah, it is definitely too many trees. I can't see this guy anymore. Let's take a few out. And yeah, that's pretty cool. Oh, balloon. Oh, there's balloons everywhere being lost. The detail in the balloons is incredible. Okay, so next I think I'm going to work on some kind of food court. Just trying to figure out the best area for it based on what we have so far here. So you come into the park, you kind of hit with a bunch of rides all together. I'm just kind of thinking maybe somewhere in this area here so that you can kind of sit and watch the roller coaster go by, which is quite a nice idea. So if I just get a bunch of these trees out of the way, and then if we get this terrain leveled out, let's do it from the path. And I don't mind actually having a bit of grass here. Just gonna change the time of day actually, just so that we can see a bit more. We'll put the torch on in case. Cool, so keep flattening this out, and we're gonna have a nice kind of food court area here. Some restaurants, some picnic benches and things like that. So if we have a path, take a path from here and round, and then if we just grab the stamp builder and start building out a nice big area here, maybe a little bit bigger. We'll just move this tree, and that should be fine. And then I'm going to go into the rounding tool and just round off these corners a little bit. See what we can do there. Yeah, I don't mind that too much. I think I might just move a couple of these rocks as well, and then have a path join from this side as well, just so it's nice and easy to get to for the guests from both sides. Awesome. Okay, so if we go into scenery, benches, and then start looking for some of the picnic benches, there should be a mythology themed one somewhere. Yeah, there we go. And put that down. Get an umbrella. There's no holes in the middle of these tables, but it should be okay. Where's the mythology? Picnic parasol. Do we have a mythology style? No, let's try this one. No, don't like that one. That should be okay. And then we'll just put that somewhere in the middle, and then drop it down to the ground. And then once we've done that, we can just group those together and start to move those about. I think we'll just keep them on the same angle, and then just dot these about so we've got plenty of areas for people to sit and enjoy. Put a couple over by the edge, and then we'll get some bins, we'll use this one by the entrance and exits to this area. From here, I think I'm going to take another path off here, and then we'll start working on a new area, and then we'll do a new area, kind of branch off from here, and then up here as well. Different themes, different styles. I'm going to put another another bin here, and then I'm just going to put one over here, and then we can start looking at some of the food places. So I quite like these. This could be something that we add to this area and start kind of working towards a resort themed area over this side. It could be quite nice. We may want to actually change the style of the picnic benches if this is the route that we're going to take. I just think these are really cool for a food court area. So we have, what's this one? So that's got a picnic bench built into it. I think if we just tilt that slightly, that's quite nice. I'm not sure if that's usable or if it's just for show. Let's start opening these up, see what we've got. We have sushi. We have, what's this one? Okay, having a little bit of trouble trying to select the actual shop. Okay, hot dogs, cool. Yeah, like that. Let's have a look at this one. Oh, is this another sushi? Yeah, we don't want another sushi here. So what I'm going to do is just remove this sign, and if we get rid of this one. Oh, don't want to do that. Get rid of the actual shop, and then we'll just put our own in. I think if we're probably going to have to look at changing the imagery in the background as well, because it's not going to make much sense with a different kind of shop in there. So if we go to food and drink, I don't think we've got a drinks counter just yet. So if we go for slush, we'll put a slush one in here, and then just okay. Oh, it's not going to allow us to. Okay, that's fine. We'll just move this instead. Well, that's on a funny angle actually, so may have to play around with this a little bit to get it right. Okay, that's not too bad. And then if we just, I don't know why that's on a funny angle actually. Okay, yeah, I don't hate that. That's gonna work just fine. And then if we come out of the building itself and select just the slush store, if it allows us to. So these can be quite tricky to kind of select actually. Okay. Oh, well, no, don't want that. If we go into management, we can just do it from there because it's a little bit easier sometimes. So if we just switch that on, there we go. Now I don't actually like this anymore. Don't feel like it fits with what we're going for. I think I'm going to change these bins as well as we kind of transition into a different area of the park. We just, well, we don't want to, oh, okay, we don't want to do that. Just want to select the bin. There we go. Yeah, and I'm probably going to do the same with these actually. I feel like these aren't going to work for me anymore. Okay, so if we go back into scenery, go back to picnic benches, I think we'll select something more along the what's the word I'm looking for? The resort theme style, and then we can look at adding some of the parasols to it as well. So these should fit quite nicely in the middle there. I think I'll probably just need to move that in just ever so slightly. There we go. That's looking perfect. I'll change the colours of these. I want those to match more closely to the table underneath. And if we change this one to this kind of nice yellow colour. Yeah, it's not great, but reasonably happy with that. So we will just start doing the duplication of these, and then we'll start working on adding a few more restaurants and things like that. We'll add some toilets in. So we should actually have what's this one? Beach bar, pip shot juice. Okay, yeah, I like that. So we will do the same with this one. Just have this here, and hopefully, yeah, we can open that one. So we've got hot dogs, we have sushi, we have a couple of places where you can get a drink. Now, what's this one? Soda. Yeah, okay, we can have a soda because I quite like this. It's a strange one. Okay, it doesn't look like they grouped this one, so that's not particularly great, but oddly I don't hate it being there. Hopefully people won't just clip into it. So I'm going to open that up. I'm going to leave that there just because it's too much hassle moving that because it's not been grouped. And so yeah, if we go into resort and look for some toilets, it's Western, so I'm not sure if that's quite going to work. Tropical? Oh, that's the changing room, isn't it? Is that a changing room? Okay, let's have a look, see what it is. They are changing rooms, but we can always just remove those and put toilets in instead. So if we go back into facilities, create custom toilets, let's remove the filter for the scenery theme and then add a couple of toilets in here. We will use this again, I think, for when we do put some pools in. They're quite nice. But yeah, I like that. It's quite cool. So I'm thinking some kind of fence around the edge of this would be quite nice as well. So there is actually a really nice fence piece. If we go into scenery in here. So that's more like a Viking type. There's one in here somewhere that's resort themed. I think I took it from the workshop. This one. So I feel like this would fit this resort themed vibe quite nicely. I feel like that needs just a tiny bit of angling, and then we will just do the duplicate and move, put the angles, the snap distance 2 meters. Yeah, I like that. And then hopefully this will just No, we've lost it again. It's quite frustrating that. What we could probably do actually, just to save a little bit of time, is to just multi-select these panels. And do it this way. Deselect that. We don't want to copy the whole thing over again. I'm just going to remove that bin as well. We'll put some different bins in, and then if I go into let's have a look. Let's go back in here and just add another one. So this looks like it's kind of come away from that a little bit, which, yeah, we'll fix that first. So if we just take a look at the angle of that. And then we should be able to just rotate this. This is a one here. Actually, we can use this one and just copy this across, put it into place. And then I think I just want to group these together. Just move them back a tiny bit onto the white. So that's looking pretty good. And then if we maybe just reduce the height of this as well, it'd be quite nice. Yeah. And then I'm going to duplicate it, bring it all the way over here, and not over here, this way. Angle snap 45, and then bring it onto this path, so it should be quite straight to about, let's have a look, there. And then if we just go into this last piece and it looks like we're going to have to grab the whole lot, and we can hopefully just rotate this piece. We don't want the 45 angle on anymore, so we just want to be able to bring it this way a touch, maybe a little bit more. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so we don't need to put fences everywhere. Let's do the same with this end piece here as well. So let's try that again. I think the angle is wrong. Don't know how I did this so easily in the last attempt, actually. Maybe that will do it. There we go. Perfect. And we'll just rotate a tiny, tiny bit again, not too much. Let's go over here. Oh, if we set that, we need to do that. And then pull that in so it joins up with the other one. Yeah, that's fine. And then we'll have to put some more of the bins in that we removed earlier. So we'll use some of the resort style bins. That's quite a nice one. Just delete that, and then I think we've got one there already, so we'll just start putting bins in and around. So the path is going to come off this way, and we're going to have quite a large path, and I think for the resort style we will go with the plank path, I think, and then we'll just head off. Let's have a look where, oh, we'll go over this way, so we kind of got this nice beachy bit that the resort area will be in. If we just put some trees to kind of separate these as well, it'd be quite nice. Mediterranean palms. Let's get a bunch of those in. Just so we've got that little bit of separation between the two, and then we'll put some sand in around here. Actually, it might be quite nice to change this path style to just sand. Well, let's give that a go, see how that looks. Okay, if it's going to let us, let's try this one. Okay, so instead of that, we'll remove what we've done and try from this point. So we just want a nice sandy path coming out over here. Yeah, and then if we just get the terrain tool and start painting in some sand. Just make that massive. Yeah, beautiful. So we want the sand all the way around here. We're going to surround this whole area in palms, rocks, all that nice stuff. So let's get the scenery brush, do a lighter surface. Let's get this intensity up. And then we'll do the same here. And we'll use some of the Mediterranean rocks as well. I do like these rocks, I think they're lovely. And we will kind of make that a little bit more intense as well, just to get that whole area looking really natural. So we don't want to go too crazy over this side. This is where the rides and things are going to go. So I think there's probably too many bits and bobs of shrubs and plants and things, but we'll work with it. Yeah, so it's quite nice. Quite happy with that. I think maybe we'll put a couple of little planters and things inside that food court area as well. But for now, let's go into rides, scenery theme. We don't want all of them. We want resort, and let's see what we've got. So we've got the Forge. We have Tiny Eye, Polarity, oh, Mythic Polarity. Do we have that already in this area? No, I don't think we do. Yeah, I think we might add that as well. And then we've got this board slide. I think this is absolutely huge, but could be perfect for this area here. So I think I'm definitely going to be using this one as the big kind of resort centerpiece. So yeah, I love that. And we'll just have this path fixed like I don't want that. Okay, so if we just remove this piece here. It should make it a little bit easier to kind of wind that round. And then we'll allow the guests to go up quite close to this. I think we might put some kind of jetty there for the guests, maybe with a bench on it, a couple of benches somewhere for people to sit and just look out over the water. So obviously now we need a path for exiting the ride, which we'll set to 4 and just come straight out. And then again for this, we're going to wind this round. I feel like this is going to be quite a popular ride, so it might be quite nice to have the guests come out and round. And then join it in about there. It's quite nice. Got some scenery pieces around here, keep the guests entertained as they're walking around there. I think we're pretty good with this, so we're just going to open it up. Looks like there's no obstructions or anything there, so that's pretty cool. And then obviously this is quite a long walk from the main area, so I'm going to put some benches and bins down as we go. So this resort bench is nice, getting quite close to the bins. And here they come. Only the one ride so far, but it's a beautiful looking thing. It's quite a large ride. It's absolutely stunning there. So I think if we start working on some kind of scenery here, so I'm going to look at some of the blueprints for the resort theme. I've not really done much with the resort theme so far. So I'm just going to look at some of these. What's this? So that's going to have a shop as well. Actually, yeah, that's quite nice. Maybe we'll just have this over this way a little bit, so it's not necessarily a themed piece for the queue section. But could get a nice path through there as well. It could be quite cool. Unless we move this. And have that as the entrance there, that could work. If we just move the path out slightly. Yeah, so we'll have to go in here and just tweak the way that we built this. Let's just move that down a touch. Okay, that should do it. Yeah, I think that's okay. And then there could be a little shop here, so if we just go into facilities and then look for, let's have a look, what can we have? Let's, if we do this as like a gift shop or hats, balloons. Yeah, we'll do this as a gift shop in here. Kind of give it the feeling that it's where you'd come to get your ride photo at the end, that type of thing. There we go, lovely. We'll open that up. I definitely don't like the way that's looking actually, so I think I will just remove that and straighten it up a little bit. If it's going to allow me to. No, it's not. Okay, fine. It's better than it was, so that's cool. Right, so yeah, let's go back into the scenery and start working on just getting this area looking a little bit more interesting, more exciting. So I quite like this piece as like an entrance to it. We could probably have that. I just wonder if we can scale it actually, just because the path's quite wide here. Sometimes when you start scaling these buildings, they go a bit awkward. We'll give that a go. We'll move it upwards and we'll see how it looks. Okay, that could work. I think what we'll do is we'll just... Yeah, it probably needs to come down just a little bit, just so these boards are meeting. Okay, yeah. Where I definitely don't think that's the best thing I've ever done, I also don't think it's the worst, so we will continue with this type of theming in mind. There's quite a lot of really nice pieces here. We don't want to, obviously we don't want to just go crazy and just start putting them all over the place. But if we just kind of start putting things in and making them look like they're a part of the surroundings as opposed to just being plonked in, could be quite nice. But the rocks don't fit particularly well. Yeah, I quite like this. That's that could be quite nice on like a just as like a little beach hut. Little scenery pieces, and move that around here as well. So they don't actually do anything, but they just give that nice little feeling of a beach vibe. We'll get people over here, and then we'll do the same with this, and then we'll put a some kind of, so it's got cocktails up there, so something nice. Drinks, so let's have a look what we've got. So we've got milkshakes, we don't want milkshakes in this area, soda, coffee, pip shot juice, and soda. Okay, I think we'll have pip shot juice. Nice fruit juices in this area here. No, we don't want to do that. That's a terrible idea. If we get rid of that, I'm going to try that again. These can be quite awkward. Let's have a look what we've got here. Stick to surface. Off. So yeah, that's a bit better. Okay, that should work. No path. Okay, maybe not. I think we have caused a bit of an issue with the path in here, so what we'll do is just delete all of that and then start again. Bring that back up to 12 and bring it around. Hopefully that will join. Oh, nope, that's not what I wanted. There we go. Beautiful. Okay, I love it. Right, so let's go back into scenery. Let's turn this section on. Let's get some additional little pieces, and we want some over here as well for the queuing. So I'm just going to put them down, see how they look, and kind of figure it out from there. Let's see how these pieces are. I do like these pieces actually, they're really, really nice. That's cute. Love that. That's a nice piece. We'll have that there as well, and then we'll start working on just standard scenery as well. So if we just remove this and go into trees, and we want tropical for this area, because we want this to be quite lush with palms and that type of thing. Making an awful lot of noise over there. Yeah, I love these pieces. It just makes it feel really lush, really tropical in here. I love the music it's playing as well. Just really nice addition to it. I think if we just go in here and just go into bushes. Yeah, these are beautiful. This is superb. Just needs to be super lush, super natural looking. Okay, I like this, but I need a smaller version of it. So just here, I don't mind some overgrowing onto the paths, but we don't want too much. So if we just kind of add these all the way around. We want this one about here, and then just start filling in gaps with these lovely plants. And then we can just add some rocks in as well. Nothing too big. That's quite good size. Whoa. No, I don't like the align actually. Snap's okay. Some of these are absolutely enormous. Well, gee, okay. I don't hate that. We could do something with that. That fits really nicely in there. Right, okay, so those rocks are actually quite big, aren't they? When you get in there. Start adding some of these in. I do like this tree, the way it bends over. You can kind of go over the paths and that type of thing, it's lovely. I love that tree. It's a really nice tree. No, I don't think I want that to. Whoa. Nope. Too big. Now, can we have palm trees growing out of rocks? Perhaps if we've got little bits of moss on the top, we could possibly have that in a realistic fashion. Wow, okay, that's too big. Right, okay, so that's absolutely not going to work. That needs to come down a little bit because that looks ridiculous. Yeah, that's nice. I like that. We'll have that there, and then we'll just move these trees down, and they should look quite nice coming out of top of this. I think that was all of the ones I've done so far, so if we just bring those down. Cool. Let's have a look. Yeah, I like that. I like that quite a lot, actually. And yeah, so we're not finished. We've got plenty more that we can add to this area. Whoa, what's going on? Okay, cool. Oh, no. That's strange. Let's get some of what is going on. I love these things. Well, that's a really nice looking bit of plantation there. Okay. Profit made 30 grand. Okay. Well, we're not worrying about money in this run. Okay, so yeah, again, we've got this issue where no supports are being added, which is not the best. So we need to just grab something like that. Could be quite nice for this one, or maybe just a little bit bigger. So if we just put this here and scale it up. I think I'll just make that a little bit darker. And then we'll move that into position below the bridge. So we want one. One about there, and then if we just duplicate that as well and just bring that downwards, just to make sure we've got that actually hitting the ground. And then once we've done that, we can just group them. It's quite a nice post actually, I quite like that. So we will group that and we'll duplicate. And then we'll just bring one over here as well, and then move that down into position. There we go. Yeah, I mean they're very small details that probably aren't really necessary, but it's just nice to know that we've got them there. So yeah, I'm gonna go in here, just make sure we've got this on full load, because I can see this queue getting quite long. I think what we'll do here as well, just because we've got this drinks shop here, we'll go into benches and picnic benches and just add a couple of these. Okay, I'm not going to put umbrellas in these ones. And then of course we're going to need couple of bins. Cool. So I think we need to have some more rides in this section, and I think perhaps a log flume, with it being, you know, kind of beach themed, water themed. So if we have a look at these pre-built ones, too big, far too big, absolutely too big. We may have to either build a custom one and just have something quite small here, or maybe we just come back to that idea and have another resort themed flat ride. So if we try, I think it was the Polarity that I quite like the look of. So yeah, I like that. We're going to need a little bit of space around them to swing. So how do we feel about that? Let's just test that, make sure that's not going to start hitting things. And then again, we're going to just set up the paths. So we're just going to have this swing round. And then for this one, we're going to do something like this. So yeah, I mean, they don't have to be perfect, do they? You know, there's plenty of things that we can do to kind of hide the fact that it's a bit janky with the scenery and things. So I'm just going to start putting a few additional bits of scenery in and around. We've got some larger palm trees, I think, here, just in around these things. Let's get that to the side. Some of these guys, I think they just need to drop down just a tiny bit. I like these. Some tiny little palms. I think what I might do here actually is just have a little bit of a dip and just add some water in between. Maybe just put some rocks around the edges as well. Not too deep. We'll fill that with sand. And then just put some nice clean water in. So look how far up we can go with that. Can we get that any higher? No, I think that's about as far as we'll be able to go with that. We'll just try one more. Yeah, I like that, it's lovely. And then if we just grab some of the rocks. I think these nice white rocks that we were using before will look quite nice here. Start sinking some down into it as well, might be quite nice just to add a bit of depth to that, like a little rock pool type thing. So the water physics in this, not the physics so much, but the actual look of it is really, really nice. Done an amazing job of it. Oh, that's looking beautiful. Yeah, I do like that. I don't want to overdo it, but I feel like we can definitely get a few more in here without it being too much. That is stunning. Okay, and if we just get some of the smaller, let's just do a search for tropic, get some of these nice, slightly smaller plants in there. These things are great for just filling the ground with lush greenery. And then I think I will have a look for some kind of archway. I need to remember where the archways are. Here we go. Let's see if there's a resort themed archway that's not too big. That may be too big, but we'll just have a look. No, that's lovely. Really nice. Okay, this is coming together really nicely, this area. I think for this section here, it's gone a bit janky again. What's going on? Wow, that was weird. Right, so I want some rocks over here. Again, just kind of building up in a really random fashion. Nothing too clean, nothing too organized. Okay, so yeah, I'm loving this. This is really nice. Okay, so I want some nice kind of smallish plants here. I don't want too much going on to block the view of this ride. So I think we're just gonna knock that one next to it. Start filling in again this area with, that's not what I meant to do. Just remove that. And then just start filling in some of these larger ones, quite nice. And then again, some rocks just behind. And then if we grab some of these super tall palm trees so they're not getting in the way of your view of the ride too much. And then some of the, where are those? Oh, there might be a bush actually. Where were they? Okay, I can't find the ones I'm looking for, so we'll just fill it in with these ones. Quite nice. Yeah, happy. It's coming together really nicely. So we've got a little bit of rock here. So what I said I was going to do was try and get some kind of platform out here. So we're just going to give that a go now, see how that comes out, how that turns out, sorry. So if we just try and attach. Ah, okay, so we're not going to be able to do it with the sand, so we're going to do it with this. Intersecting terrain. Okay, we'll just try this for now and then figure out how that's going to look. Yeah, okay, so we just raise up a tiny bit just over here. We don't want to water paint, we want to keep the sand. Probably need to just remove this water actually just while we work on this, because it can be a little bit janky with use select. No, we don't want that. Oh, we do want that, but it seems to have deselected the sand again. Let's try that. Okay, so we just want to try and make this a little bit more natural, and then yeah, I'm okay with that. I think we're missing a support beam over this side. Okay, I'm not going to worry too much about that. So I don't mind this actually. It's quite nice. Just thinking like the idea of that is the sand kind of blowing over onto the boardwalk. We've done this again. We just want to have sand all around here. And then for this, we want some kind of fence around there. So I'm going to put the water back in as high as it'll let us go. I think that's a little bit higher than it was before actually. Just make sure it's not done too much damage over here. Okay, we do have a tree floating in midair. Okay, awesome. Yeah, I like this. Really nice looking thing. Right, so for this, we want to just add some railings. We're just going to get something pretty simple. The wooden beam will do. And then we'll just brush all the way around. So we've just got this lovely little area where we can just look out on the water, and then we'll just put some benches out all the way around. And we'll set them slightly back from the edge because nobody wants to be facing inwards, they want to be looking out at the water. Then I'm going to put a couple of bins, just dot them around. So yeah, it's a nice area. There's nothing really too amazing going on there. It's just an area to kind of look out, and yeah, I'm quite happy with that. So cool. Yeah, this area is coming together really nicely. I'm quite happy with it. So I think if we go back into flat rides and look for something else that we can put in this area, something maybe a little bit smaller. Resort monsoon chute. Let's have a look at this. Oh, that's nice. Does that go outwards or just upwards? I mean, it doesn't. It's not exactly smaller, but it's a nice looking ride. So we're going to put it in. Let's have a look what happens. We don't want it to be going backwards into those trees. Okay, so I think this might just go up and down, which is cool. And then again, we're just going to grab this. Yeah, that's cool. Nice. Okay. Yeah, I like that. And I'm going to put some more water in here as well. Ah, okay, so we put the wooden boardwalk style path in there with the railings on, which actually could work out quite nicely. So I could probably bring this under and have it like a bridge and add more water in just around here, and then we'll just see how that looks with some nice clean water. Maybe a little bit higher. Yeah, that's beautiful. Okay, we'll do that. It's nice. And some more trees. So again, we want tropical. I just want this area to be really, really lush. I mean, that tree is huge. Wow. Whoa, okay, that's quite a nice. That could be quite nice on the edge of like a pond area. We're not going to use it here. There's not enough room, but it's one to bear in mind. And that's quite nice as well. So yeah, there's a lot of lovely looking trees for this type of area. And then we'll go into here and grab these lovely bushes again, just push those all the way around. I just think that looks absolutely beautiful. The foliage in the tropical region is absolutely lovely. It's so nice to work with. It's just so lush. It's perfect. Got something a bit smaller just to fill in some of these areas here. Yeah, that's a nice looking one. Put some of these in. Let's grab this small bush here and see if we can just put that. Yeah, we don't want it to be encroaching too much on the path. Yeah, that's nice. I like that. Cool. Is this open? No, we didn't open it. Okay, cool. So that's really, really nice. It doesn't look like it makes a whole lot of sense for this area. Oh, yeah, I remember taking this from the workshop. That is some incredible work. I do like that actually. It really does feel like it fits in this style. Could this just be set back as just like a huge kind of thing to look at, but not necessarily interact with? Let's have a look, see if we can just reveal it. Oh, that is superb. So you're walking down here, you see this thing. I'm not loving the Viking aesthetic though. I just want it to be a ruin. Let's have a look and see if we can get rid of some of these things. Yeah, nice. Okay, we don't want this. Don't necessarily want this thing on top either. But apart from that, beautiful. Oh, I think I've taken a pillar out. Let's put that pillar back. There we go. It was the light I wanted to remove. Lovely. Very nice. Beautiful piece. Okay. Awesome. So let's have a look what else we could put in. Something a little bit, like I said before, something smaller. But maybe this time we do actually keep it small, like these teacups here. These are quite cool. Just fill this little area in. Let's make sure there's nothing getting in the way. Okay, I'm just gonna. Yeah, so just make sure that I'm clearing this area out first. Oh, didn't mean to get rid of you. Sorry. Let's try that again. Sounds like dinosaurs, that ride in the background. So there's one tree that I can see that's getting in the way. And it's this guy. But apart from that, we're looking good. So let's get the sandy path back. And cube path. Might have this cube path come up and round here actually. Because it's an amazing piece of scenery that deserves to be seen. Yeah, that's cool. That is super cool. Even if it is just for the teacups. And I'll just grab the scenery brush and just fill in the areas back here. Yeah, like it. Okay, so tropical rocks, maybe put some of these in. See if we can fit any more in without getting too far in the way. And then we'll try some of the small plants. Okay, so that might be a bit too much, Christ. Okay, so you guys are gonna have to just move over a little bit. In fact, if we move that down, we should get some of it, but not too much. No, didn't need to do that. Right, okay, so let's just get rid of the guys that are just too big. Okay, turns out it's most of them. I think that one should be okay. Yeah, these ones are okay. We'll leave those ones as they are. Some kind of piece over here would be quite cool. Just wondering if we go for something a little bit different. Maybe just a rock archway. Line to surface, is that going to... Yeah, this might be a little bit tricky. Wow, I'm not too sure about this anymore. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it just because I put a little bit of time into it, but I don't particularly like it. I think it looks ridiculous. But yeah, we're gonna leave it. We're gonna see how that goes. See if people can actually get through there, and then I'm just gonna fill in some of this and possibly put in some facilities. See if there's any nice themed ones that we can put in here. So I think it was toilets I was looking at before. I put some in just round the other side. Viking, so let's go into resort. There's a lot of noise being made over there. Just gonna bring this up a little bit. I could potentially just put a couple more of these in, actually. I think we've already got one of these at the food court area, but you can never have too much ice cream, right? Pirate's quite a nice idea, but I don't think there's enough really well themed pieces to do a full pirate area just yet anyway, from what I've seen on the workshop. I'm looking for a set of toilets. Oh, that's what, yeah, so we had this one before with the changing rooms, didn't we? And then changed it to toilets. Okay, so I'm just going to do that. I'm going to grab those and copy them. And then we'll put a couple of these in just at different parts, because obviously we need plenty of those. I think a little bit of scenery here would be quite... actually no, that's not going to work at all, is it? Because that ride's going to hit those. That's why we left it empty in the first place, but we can over here. We can get some more going over here and just fill in some of this space as well. I think we are going to need to path off from somewhere in here to kind of get around the back to another area, unless we just kind of work our way off from this side, which we could potentially do. Let's have a look. So we've got this thing here. If we move this up slightly, we could path off from here. And we're going to get the copy texture, and we're going to do it 12 maybe too many. Let's bring that down a touch. Okay, we'll go from here and see. Okay. And we'll just make sure that this path doesn't have too many things on it, like that. Massive tree. I like that one, so we'll just move it over. Make sure it's not cutting into anything. And then we'll just remove a couple of these pieces from this. Yeah, okay, that's nice, I like that. I do, of course, want to move this bench up. So this is a nice little entranceway into another section of the park, which is actually pretty cool. I like that quite a lot because it's like as you kind of start walking down that path, you can't see where it's taking you to just yet, and then it kind of reveals itself as you get through. So I think this is going to be my Viking area. So this is going to be less tropical and more, is it more like the tiger style trees and things. So if we go into the scenery brush first off, we'll start to create this area. So large trees first, let's get some of these. Again, we want to just kind of close the area off so it's its own thing, and then we'll get some nice large rocks. These rocks are lovely, so just let's make sure we're aligned to surface again. Go back to the trees. Make that a larger area. Let's just enclose this whole thing. I might actually use some mountains as well in here because I feel like that kind of fits the style of what we're going for in this area. We don't want it to be sand, we want it to be, let's have what we've got. Okay, so we'll just have to have it as strata rock, which it's not the vibe I was going for, but so we've got, we could probably just fill in some of this with the rocks anyway to kind of cover up a lot of this. But I think this is where we'll do the archway for that path as well, to kind of give that idea that the path's coming in from somewhere and not just appearing out of nowhere. And obviously when you're down on the ground, you're not going to see any of that anyway. Just going to grab these trees and get rid of, oh, we did not want to get rid of the path, just the trees. No. Yeah, just these guys. Because we're lifting the terrain and there's no point in having those trees there underneath it that you can't see. yeah, okay. So yeah, I don't mind that too much. I think some of the darker rocks we're gonna have to put in to cover up the fact that this is just not really the right type of rock. So I think we just gonna do this all the way around. That's an awful lot of rocks. This is probably going to make the game grind to a halt. Okay, what I might do then is just grab the short grass, I think, is probably the one that we want. And then if we just paint in this area. Okay, I'm hoping I've made this area big enough because, yeah, I feel like that's probably big enough. Hills and rocks everywhere, yeah, I like that quite a bit. Yeah, I didn't think to kind of go over the rock with grass instead. I feel like that's probably the better option. Feels more like what we were going. More like what we were going for in the first place. There we go. That's really nice. Okay, cool. So I don't want this all to be completely level either. I want quite a bit of this to be kind of down and have some water in here as well. Path going down into there, kind of a valley. And then on this side. Okay, some of these rocks are going to have to go, because they are now floating. But yeah, I just want some water in here, but I don't feel like I want the clean water. I want this to be more, let's try the natural. Yeah, that's the style I'm going for in this area. Cool. Oh, I do that all the time. Probably too much. Yeah, that's it. Cool. And then just want to get the railings on this. I think I'll just use the first one. Just make sure that no one's falling in the water. And we'll bring it onto dry land. So I want this to follow the ground down. Hopefully it does. Yeah, it looks like it has done. That's quite cool. Okay. So yeah, that's nice. So yeah, what I want to put in here is I'm hoping for some kind of nice wooden coaster. One that's not too kind of westerny, one that could work in the Viking style, and I'm thinking that is perfect. Absolutely perfect. So okay, I'm going to put it down, see what's going on with the scenery around it. That's actually not too bad. Just move this one out of the way. I think all the other ones there are looking okay. Might need to raise this a little bit as well. I don't want to. Actually, no, I don't mind that too much. So you can kind of see outside, and then you come back in, and yeah, that's really nice. Yeah, I like that quite a lot. So we'll leave that there. We'll probably have to bring this path just back. Oh, I didn't need to do that. I just want, let's remove the height. So we're just taking this bit out. Okay. And then, so which one is in and which one is out? Because they've made this the same on both sides. So this is in. We want to possibly, actually, yeah, if we just get a standard path. And just step up. We should be able to just join that too. I like to join to both, but we might, if we stamp that, could potentially work. Oh, it's not high enough. Okay. Try something like, oh wow. Nope. Okay, so we'll stamp it from here and do it this way. Hopefully, if we get that to the right level for both. I'm hoping they're both the same level. They're not, are they? Oh, whoa, that's on the ground, that's why. Okay, this is awkward. I think I've just done that to the wrong point. How do we get that to start? Okay, it's not going well. So I am just going to scrap the whole thing and bring this down. Let's put that there. Just delete this altogether. Oh, I don't want to do that. Let's flatten that out to about there. And then if we just get the path, standard path, it's too wide. Which one are we on here? Is it 5? No, I think it might be 4. And then that. Okay, definitely don't love that, but it's not the worst thing I've ever done. Actually, something that I might do is raise this around so you can't see the fact that that's a bit janky, and then we go inside and then just bring this down a touch. And then just, yeah, I like that, it's nice. Let's get rid of that, because that was weird. Okay, I've changed my mind on that a little bit. I feel like that does need to be a bit more enclosed. And then let's have a look at different styles here. See what the small ones look like. Do not know why align to surface switches itself off every time. It drives me nuts. And then what I want here is some flat rides as well, so I want them in the Viking style. We have this nice, I mean it's huge, but where's the front? I'm not sure if it really matters. Okay, so we're gonna have that. No. It needs to be facing the way. That's not the right one. It's this one. There we go. So I want it facing that way on a platform, and then start bringing the path around. Here. Put the railing on. Don't want anyone falling off. And then we'll do. Doesn't want that much. Okay, so we're gonna go up. Yeah, it's not particularly happy, so I think we'll have to just push some of this down. We'll have to get rid of the water first. Just make the water a little bit deeper, and then it should be okay. And then we should be able to get this to work. Yeah, that's alright. And then this path, we'll have to come and join onto that. Get rid of some of these rocks. And I'm gonna just brush in some of this. Was it the gravel? Soil gravel, was it? No, I think it was soil, wasn't it? Yeah, it's quite nice just around here. And then we can get some of these plants. And some trees. Too many. And I want some Viking style shops in here as well. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah. Okay, Viking theme, and then we can hopefully start to build up a bit of as if it's like a Viking village type thing. I'm not sure what this is. Staff building. Right, we don't actually need staff buildings because we're not worrying ourselves about that type of thing. Let's see what more shops we've got. Is that scenery thing? Yes. Viking. Let's see what this is. That's pirate. We don't want pirate. Okay, that's a good one. Let's put this in. There. So we have a Hipshot Juice and Viva La Vegan. There's quite a lot of them in this park, but that's okay. Don't mind it too much. I'm just going to go in here as well and go to Viking Blueprints and see if we've just got any nice pieces that are just there for show. Cool. Pirates. Okay, so this is. It says pirate, but it could work for Vikings as well. So I'm going to use that. Oh, here we go. This is where it's at. Right, so I'm going to just dot some of these boats about. Viking shop over somewhere. Let's have a look. So we've not left ourselves a great deal of space. So if I join, I think what I'll have to do is just level some of this ground out to the path. Just burrow in an area for shops. Okay, let's go back to the scenery. Which one did we just have? See, this has changed again. It was this one here, wasn't it? Yeah, I like that. That's lovely. And then we can just put a couple of shops in there. So, let's. Do we have any chief beefs in the park? I'm not actually sure if we do. Which one is it? Let's just go to food. Chief beef. There he is. Right. I'm going to use that. And we'd like to have a pizza pen. We haven't got a pizza pen in the park. Thing we need to grab. Building, pull it forward. Okay, it's a bit awkward with the slope that we've got. Yeah, I don't think that's going to work, is it? We'll have to rethink that whole thing. Just want to fix this path, so we just have to back. There we go. We're going to have to just have smaller things. Let's see. Could that work? What is that? Like staff facility. Don't need staff. Got a Viking entrance. Oh, that's an actual park entrance, not just a thing that's there for show. Okay. Okay, maybe we don't have too many shops and things in this area, and we just kind of work on having it as a highly themed thing. Oh, that's very. I like that quite a lot. That's lovely. Yeah, we'll just see what we've got in terms of scenery pieces and. Yeah, that's cool. Oh, it's a ride. Pirate theme now. Okay. Yeah, so this Viking section's not going to turn out to be the best that we've ever put together. I feel like it's the leveling and things that I've done is probably just not really ideal for putting shops down. Probably could have done a better job with that. Yeah, it's okay. Just level that out. So we've just got a nice little thing to look at. If we just go and just get a bunch of trees. The trees tend to yeah, trees, rocks, foliage, that type of thing. It all kind of helps the area to look a lot nicer than what we currently have. So I'm just hoping that by putting a bunch of this stuff in, I mean, they're quite nice for water, aren't they? Let's get rid of that. Why is that tree facing downwards like that? There's a lot of noise coming from those scenery pieces back there. Yeah, there's certainly not as much choice around here as there was in the tropical and the Mediterranean style theming. Okay, I think we'll use the brush tool for this bit. Let's put some up here as well, because we don't have a lot going on over here. Let's get some down in these gaps. Okay. I think we'll leave Vikings for now. If I have any kind of inspiration later on, I might come back, but for now, let's just get this ride open so people come to it. I'm not sure if we opened this one either. There we go. So yeah, I think the mythology section and the resort section are looking absolutely incredible. Very, very happy with those. There's definitely things that we can improve upon, maybe add a couple more bits and bobs in here, but if we get this path moving out here now, we can start branching off to a couple more areas. Let's go that way, and then let's just kind of get another path coming off here, and then we'll figure that out when we come to it. What's happened there? Let's just use the edit tool, which I always seem to struggle with. Yeah, I cannot get the hang of this edit tool on these paths. So if I bring that down here, there's no way of... Yeah, I'm just gonna go back and try this bit again, because that was dreadful effort. I have been having to split the recording of this video into a couple of sessions just because of time constraints and things, and something happened with my last one, so I recorded about an hour's worth of footage, and the file was corrupt, so it's unusable. So unfortunately, there's a ton of work that I've done on the park that you're not going to be able to see me do, but I'm going to show you what we did anyway, and then we're just going to move on to the next section. So we began work on the underwater themed, the aquatic section, so I'm going to just do a little bit of a walkthrough to that section for what we actually did. So we started to create this coral themed area where we basically drop down into the ground and then have a completely kind of enclosed section where we've got a few rides, we've got some restaurants, we've got some toilets down here. So yeah, we spent a fair amount of time in the last video. Turns out that the video is unusable, so it's a real shame, but it turned out quite nice. I mean, it's very busy, but that's exactly how it would be under the water anyway. Quite a lot going on. So yeah, I was quite happy with this one. Got a nice little roller coaster here that I themed to be a little bit more in keeping with the surrounding area. So yeah, there we go. That was the underwater themed area, which would have been a nice extension of the video, but hey, that's unfortunately So cool. Anyway, so we're going to be moving on to this section back here, and in this area we're going to be working on a water park. So I want to have a sort of a nice lush grassy tropical kind of vibe, similar to what we have in the resort area just over here. So this is going to be completely enclosed again with trees and rocks, and we're going to have some water. Obviously we're going to have pools and things as well, but I want to have some natural water as well just around this area. So I'm just going to go into the paths and I'm going to mark out the area that I want the pools to be in. So I'm just going to have this as a square and I'm going to mark out a large area. And then I'm going to just round these off. Okay, cool. That's fine. So this is where the pool area is going to be, and then I want to have a bit of natural water. So I'm going to do this around the edge. Don't want it to be too deep, and then just have a shallow area here, and then something like that should be okay. And then what I'll do is just go into here. I'm just going to paint maybe rock actually, just at the bottom of this. See how that looks with the clear water. Try natural water, see how that looks. No, we'll go back to the clear and just fix this bit here first. I feel like the water's just a little bit too uniform at the moment, so I want it to be a bit more natural than that. So if we roughen this up, actually, that might be quite cool. Yeah, that's cool. I like that. Okay, so we'll stick with that. We'll just put some railings around the outside of this path section. Just going to level this a little bit first. So I just have a bit more grass around here as well. That's fine. So, go to paths, just under path tool, and put this on. We'll have the wooden beam railing here, and then just go to this bit. Hopefully, it should just let us paint that on. No. Is obstructed. Is that because of the ground here? Just push this down a tiny bit. Okay, we may need to get rid of the water while we do this because it's a bit messy. So we just push that down a tiny bit. Put the water back in. Actually, no, we'll do the path first. I'll do it all the way around just to enclose that area a little bit, and then we'll put the water back in. Okay, so that's going underneath the path now a little bit, but it's not too bad. I think that's alright. I'm not a massive fan of this bit here, but I think if we just put some palm trees in there or something, or some rocks, I think some rocks might look quite nice. So let's go into nature. The Mediterranean rocks would be cool. Yeah, we'll start just building up a little rock area all the way around here. Maybe leaving some gaps just for a couple of trees that we can just dot about in there as well. Get some nice large ones in. Start stacking a few as well, just to give it that more natural feeling. Okay, and maybe just a couple more, and then around that we'll just put some trees down. Let's find some palms, we can have some small ones in between. Look for something just additional to the palms that can just kind of make this area look a little bit more lush. I quite like these things, these are nice. So we'll just add a few of those, see if there's a different variation of that as well. And then just bury that in there, it should be okay. Just a couple more. Yeah, I like that. It's quite a nice little area, so the guests come down here, and then this is where the area for the pools is going to be. So what we need to do obviously here now is get some of the pool-based buildings in. So we need some changing rooms. So they're Viking changing rooms. We're not going to be using those. I think if we just use the Planet Coaster themed stuff for this area, this might be okay. We're going to need quite a few of these, so I'm just going to put those there. And obviously we're still going to need toilets. If we have like a bit of a toilet block here, off the main area, and then just path up to that. probably would have been a better idea to do the path first. Okay, that looks absolutely horrendous. So we're just going to scrap that idea. We're going to go back to doing path first. So if we just build out a little bit of a path area here. And I'm thinking we'll do the same with the changing rooms as well. So let's get these toilets in. Actually, what I want to do first is remove these railings just from this bit, and then go back in here with some toilets. So let's get a few in there. And then maybe changing rooms on the other side. Okay, yeah, that's pretty cool. So then if we get some of the terrain brush, go into tropical. Get some small plants in here and some trees, and just kind of get this area blocked off because we don't want to be able to see the backs of these. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Maybe get some rocks. They're tiny rocks, so let's go for the tropical rocks. Tiny bit. So that's an area for like a change with the bathroom, and then what we also need is the ability to buy pool passes and things. So I think is that in guest services, and then there's the Splash Emporium as well, I think. So let's get a guest services just on the entrance here. We'll get a couple of them down. And let's just make sure. So we've got sun cream umbrellas. Okay, cool. Pool passes, yeah. Oh, body dryers, that'd be a good idea to have as well. So maybe we just put those down here at the end of the bathroom area and the changing rooms. Is that everything then? Is that all of the things that we can have related to pool areas? I feel like we're missing something here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've seen something where you can buy. Oh, here we go, Splash Emporium. Yeah, we have it. Perfect. We'll put a couple of those down here as well. So yeah, this area is not going to be particularly themed to anything specific. It's just going to be a place where people can come and just relax and enjoy some pool areas. So if we go into pools, what I want to have is just some pools that people can swim in, just some nice relaxation pools, and then we'll have some flumes over on the far side. So if we put this one down here and change So I think we're going to customize. I think we're going to paths actually, don't we? Yeah, there we go. So we want to make sure we're not taking those railings off. Just these bits here. There we go. And then if we go into pools again, create custom, we can change the pool edges. So let's go for something a little bit lighter. And possibly change the bottom to something a bit lighter as well. It's quite nice. Okay, I don't know what's going on with this. Got some strange clipping going on. No? Okay, I don't know what's going on there. I think we'll just ignore it and hope it goes away. If we go into pools again and go pool extras, we'll get some steps in. And we'll get some ability to dive in. Is this all the same depth? Maybe we don't have a high jump, a high, whatever it's called. Okay, we'll just have the couple at that end. And then we will put down some of these. I'm going to change the colour of these to like a blue, kind of match the style of the other things over here. We'll just have whites, that's quite nice. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that. And then we'll just start duplicating that about, and then we'll put some umbrellas down as well. Hopefully people will start to arrive. There we go, we've got people coming over. And I think if we go into scenery, we can just put some umbrellas down as well. So what do we want here? Let's have a look at this. These are quite cool. Maybe over this side we have these. And change the colour of the top to that blue. And not that one. This one, blue and gold. There we go. Lovely. Yeah. And then over here we'll just have umbrellas. Just standard umbrellas. So I think maybe this one. And again, we want to change the colour of those to the blue. And I think we'll just keep the white for the other colour because that's absolutely fine. And we'll just randomise where these are because people in real life do move them about. Cool. Yeah, I quite like that. It's a nice little pool area just for chilling out. Let's get a... If we're going to pool extras, make sure we get one of these. Because obviously that would exist in real life. And then we'll start working on some of the other smaller pools. So we've got a few here. There's a small one here. And I'll put this in and then just remove the bits that we don't want. I think I'll keep that in actually. I like that. The umbrella's fine. Just a random bench and bin there, which I'm not too keen on. So we'll just multi-select and just get rid of these. Oh, that's going to take the path as well, isn't it? Okay, we don't want that. Okay. So we can leave some of the additional things in there, like the beach balls and things. Because I'm going to put some of those out in a bit as well as these ones. So we'll leave that, and then we'll just change the path. And then get rid of this random bench. We don't need that. We want to move this. We'll move it over here somewhere. And then we'll just get a multi-select on a couple of these as well. Duplicate that. And we'll spin that around. And we could probably just remove that umbrella actually, now that we've done this. Okay. Move this a little bit closer to the pool. That's quite nice. I like that. Awesome. So we've got people swimming. So if we go into here again, I'm just going to customize and make sure all the pools are the same style. I think over here I'm going to put some more of the tropical trees. I'm just going to try and get this done with the brush. I like the surface. Okay, it might be a bit too much. I think we want to just. In fact, the intensity is already at 5%. So it's a bit. Probably a bit much. Let's just take some of these trees out. These ones that are growing out of the water. I'm not a big fan of that. Okay, this is quite underwater. This is quite a tricky one to get hold of. Okay, let's just move it instead of getting rid of it completely. And then this one, if it's hard to grab it. Sometimes they're quite hard to get hold of. Yeah, I think that's okay. We'll live with those ones. Give it one last attempt. Yeah. There we go, we've got hold of him finally. And we'll put that just there. Cool. Yeah, that's awesome. Right, so over this side, I just want to have a load of flumes. So I'm thinking we're going to create custom and just build, stamp out a huge pool. Merge setting disabled. Let's merge that then. Okay. Okay, it's not perfect. It's a bit of an angle. Yeah, I think that's okay. We'll work with that. And then just go back in. Just make that slightly bigger. I think that's probably going to be too big, so we'll just reduce that. Okay, that's cool. And then the flumes are just going to come in from this end here. That's the idea anyway. So I'm just going to start experimenting with some of these. I don't know much about them. I've not really used these very much. I'm probably going to have to test these as well, because I have no idea what kind of length of pool they need. Yeah, that's okay. I think that's pretty safe. So let's just get some paths. How do we go about this? I think we'll put them all in and then see the best way of pathing that so that they're all kind of together. So we can put this one here because it's a slightly longer slide off here. Let's test this. And this guy's pretty cool as well. Oh, so that's got its own ending points, so we don't actually need those to go into a pool. Okay, we'll leave that one for now. We'll look at some of the other ones. It's not too dissimilar to the one next to it, so I think maybe we try something different. What's this? Okay, let's try that as well. So all of these need to be opened individually, don't they? Testing. How many is there? Just the one. Okay, yeah, it looks like there's, I think that's at a bit of an angle, so it might just be a little bit close to the edge of the pool. No, I think we're fine. I think this one might just want to, oh, I don't want to move you completely. Does that not come with that? Okay, we'll just scrap that whole thing and put the same thing again. Films. Which one was it? Wasn't that, was it? I've completely lost it. Actually, I quite like this one. Let's see where that would. Spit them out at the bottom just there. That's cool. I like that. We'll have that instead. Awesome. So obviously now we need some pool extras. Get some ladders in. And we'll get a guy at the end here that can just oversee the whole thing. And maybe as well, just for realism, we'll put another one. A smaller one, just over here. Awesome, yeah. So we can't open them yet because we haven't pathed anything. So this was basically what I was waiting to do, just get them all in before we start doing that. So if we use the stamp builder, I would like to put, actually, I want the wood effect just out here, and then set this to 12, maybe a little bit less. I think it's just too close to some of these rocks, so if we just remove some of this and then path off from there, bring that round, and then do the same over this side as well. Obstructed, okay. How is that obstructed? Do we have the ground a little bit too high there? Try that again. weird. Okay. It can be very, very finicky, this. Okay, can we get it coming through here? Oh, no, I do not like that. Okay, we'll just have the one path then. I'm not going to mess around with that too much, and then we'll just put some Q paths down. For each of these. Okay. Just going to raise this a little bit because I feel like it's a bit strange there. Some more grass and then just trees. All the way around this bit. Lovely. And then some of the small plants here are align to surface first. Just fill in this area. Cool. So let's open these up. Did we do the last one? Cool, okay. I'm just going to grab some of these as well. Just make a few more of them. I'll group them together actually. That's quite cool. Group them together so that we can just dot them about. Cool. So in the pools and pool extras, not pool extras, sorry, in the blueprints, I think it was, we've just got a bunch of these things that I'm just going to dot around, and people have just left stuff. And what's this here? Okay, I'm not going to use that. Yeah, I quite like that. Got a few slides, and let's have a look at the theming of this area here. So I'm thinking maybe we just drop this down, have a nice little bit of water. Yeah, that's nice. Okay, I'm not too concerned about people falling in there. It is just a little bit of water, it's not particularly deep. So I'd like to get some more of these small rocks aligned to surface. I think we've just got a little bit of missing scenery here. Just want to try and get this looking as lush as possible, because there's not a lot going on out here, and there probably won't be. This is the last section of the park that we're working on. Let's put some more of these trees out. Remove this one. It's one from the slide. People might get a sore head going through that. There we go. Yeah, I like that. It's nice. Beautiful. Right. So let's have a little bit of a view at the whole park. So you get off the coach, you drive through the mountains, you get off the coach, you come here. You can see some of the rides. You can see this beautiful structure over here. I like this initial view that we get. We come through, we've got the mythology section here, rides on either side. We've got the roller coaster coming across. We've got the Viking area, which is a bit sparse, but I wasn't really sure where to go with it. I think I kind of messed up putting the paths down a slope, made it difficult to do anything with it. And then this resort area I'm really happy with. I love the way this looks. And then, as I mentioned earlier, we did the underwater section, which is super cool, really nice. And then finally, the water park relaxation area. Cool. Okay, well, if you did watch this and you do enjoy this kind of content, please do consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel. If I get a good number of likes on the video, I will do another one. Something probably a little bit more extravagant, something a bit bigger. This was my first go at this type of video. So yeah, like I said, I do hope you enjoyed it, and thank you very much.